Hello, I'm back. Okay, so we were there at this part at where you see the about the wheel. Suppose if the wheel was not there, what would have happened? So if we really think about it, actually, what would have happened? We'll start crying and we'll think it's going to be a huge lot of tension. So, what were the archaeological evidences that actually how was the existence of these farmers, or how was the existence of this potter wheels, or how was the existence of these paintings or burials or whatever happened? So, we're going to get to know more evidence of it. So, archaeologists have found many evidences of the existence of early farmers. But how? Burnt grains, seeds of wheat, barley, and many kinds of lentils have been found from Barzaham. That's in Jammu and Kashmir, Mehergarh, and other sites. Locate Barzaham and Mehergarh in the map, page 12. That's not needed right now. So we'll just read through. So now, what was the things they found in Barzaham? They found wheat, they found maize, and they found barley and the seeds. You know, when you dig up something and you start finding this, so they found these things. So they thought these are the things which were farmed during that. The burnt grains they found. You know, some things which don't get spoiled with the earth. So these things were found during that time. Okay. Uh, um, yes. So pit houses. What are these pit houses? Pit houses have been found at Barzaham also. People use stone tools to dig circular pits around the ground. Okay, they were actually dig around the ground, and pits were usually narrow at the top and wide in the base. These pits that were deep had steps led down. Ash and charcoal pieces of pottery have been found in these pits. Some of the pits have ovens made of stone or clay. These ovens may have been used to cook food. Perhaps people lived in these pits when the weather was cold. So, if this is all about Barzaham, and if this was in Jammu and Kashmir during the early times of the human being, so that time, pollution was not there. The world was a better place to live in, and it must have been freezing cold in Jammu and Kashmir 12 months round the year. So they had these houses, the pits were cut down here with a diameter was a little bit a small diameter on the top, and the down part was much more with lot of space. It had been circular pits into the ground. They were plastered on the sides with mud from inside. Okay, and then they plastered the inside was plastered, the narrow at the top, and the base was broad. Okay, so for a person to just go inside, and inside when you 2 3 4 people go inside, so that 2 3 4 people can sit. So it's like that. So that is how it happens. Like we go inside our door, isn't it? When we open the door, it's a small part, but when we go inside, there's a huge house inside, or the huge rooms inside. It was like that. So that thing has come in, evolved, and progressed and developed. But during that time, they were living inside the ground, so that it could save them from cold. And they have found their oven pits, like which we call chulas, and they were used, and they found ash also. That means the people used to burn fire, and charcoal pieces, charcoal of wood, and pieces of pottery have been found in these pits. Some of these pits have what do you mean, they have been used to cook food either, or people lived in these pits when the weather was very cold. Okay, so these are the pit houses. Now we go to the pottery. Pottery was handmade as well as wheel made, as I told you before. Before they were making it with hands, and then they discovered that the wheel is going around. Why don't we use it? So there were many pots, many what do you mean, handmade pottery was also there, which was not having an equal base, or the finishing was not good. Whereas some more were there which had finishing. That means they found some wheels also, which they assumed that some were made with hand, and some were, you can obviously tell which is made by hand and which is made by hand also, but it is being turned around so that things come in. So they have been used. They had found pots as cooking vessels. They were dark in color at the bottom, because fire was always burning to cook and to store grain also. They have found things, and these are the parts which they found. And tools were made of stones. As you know, bones of horns of animals have been found. Stone tools have made actually what do you say in this part, uh, yes, tools, and the maximum have been found in maximum numbers here. They include hand axes, scrapers, borers, cleavers. Most of them were polished because during this time even the tools had become more developed. The bone tools included harpoons for fishing, needles for stitching their head, arrowheads for hunting, spearheads, and daggers also for hunting. Why do you think early humans made swing needles from animal bones and not from stone? Animal bones are much more sharper and thinner, than stones, and if you keep on rubbing it, it can become sharper. It will have small holes for while stitching, and if you use a stone, it might tear through the skin because they used to wear skin clothes from the animals they used to kill and eat. They used to skin the skin of the animal and they used to use it as clothes. Now, burials. Remains of burials are when you bury someone under the earth. When someone dies, you put an animal, a dead animal, or a human being under the ground and cover it with mud is called burial. Remains of both human and animal burials have been found. In Barzaham, bones of dog, cattle, goat, sheep, deer, and many others animal have been found. Now, why do you think they think that they are also burying burials means? Now see, eating and throwing bones is different, and burying together one thing, you'll have a full skeleton. You look like a full skeleton is lying. That means that was buried, that was not harmed, or that had just died. But if you eat and throw bones, you'll find one bone there, find one bone there, or you have thrown all the bones here. Something, a dog comes or a fox comes or a jackal comes, takes the bone and goes and chooses it somewhere else. So that bone scatters. But under a burial part, you get the full skeleton in total. So that's how they found out when animals died, they buried it instead of eating it or whatever they were doing. And they found both humans and animal burials in Barzaham, that's in Jammu and Kashmir. People continued to paint on cave walls, rock shelters, and slabs of stone. A stone slab with a hunting scene carved on its found at Barzaham. It shows two hunters hunting a deer. One hunter has a long spear and the other has a bow and arrow. So this is the painting which they found, that they came to know that how so the historians or the archaeologists, they came to write down or give us the information how did they use the bow and arrow and how did they use the spear. So because of this painting, and generally in Kashmir, painting and this architecture has been there from a very long period of time. So because people were already there before, the early people were in Barzaham, so that culture is there in the technique, the architecture of art and architecture is there. What was the daily life type? And they used to cave on walls, to show people walking on horses. You'll see a prehistoric painting also on your page 18. You'll see a prehistoric painting on a cave wall inside the cave, inside that Barzaham pits, how they used to write, and they show someone on a horse and some people playing, children playing, and some bow and arrows and whatnot is there. It's very difficult to understand, only they can. It will take time for me also to look into it and understand it. Early humans lived in small groups. Each group had a leader. Generally, the eldest or the strongest member of the group was made the leader. Also, here we also do it. The captain of a cricket team who plays best, he has the knowledge. Everyone listens to him. He's powerful and he's strong enough to take care of the team. So that's how it generally happens till now also. So each person of the group was given a specific task. Some looked after the animal, others cultivated the field, still others made tools and pots. Other humans began producing things in surplus. Once humans began producing things in surplus, they started exchanging these with other groups. This early form of trade must have taken place through barter system. Singing, dancing, and paintings have been a popular modes of entertainment. They didn't have ZTV, they didn't have Star Plus, they didn't have anything else. They didn't have Netflix, they didn't have Hotstar, and they didn't have Ramayana, they didn't have Mahabharata at that time, or they didn't have a cartoon channel. So they had to play, dance, sing, and pass their time with painting, and also this was the popular modes of entertainment. So that was very nice, I think. It's better than this mobile issue. So once they're having surplus of producing things like in pots or in grains or something, they started bartering. They used to give it to some other group, that the things which they did not have, they took it from them and they gave their things to them. So this barter system came up from a long period of time. So this is how it happened, and then is the Paleolithic age. So I want to do the Paleolithic age in the next class or in the next video. I'll start the Paleolithic age, that will be much more better. Okay. So I'll come back in the next video and we'll do the Kiliolothic age in that. Okay, see you in the next video.